Today we will be learning about the ocean food chain. So first, I will play a short little video that introduces the topic.
Parasites! My brother from another mother. What the daisy, baby? Show me that. What's going down? Hey, baby, this is all gravy today. And now snap your fin right on the. Snap it. Oscar, you're not snapping it. Oscar. Hey, don't sweat it, Sykes. A lot of whitefish can't do it.
Oscar, would you just sit down, okay? Look, I've been going over my markers. You're into me for $5 grand. 5 G's, okay?
5 G's, man. You tripping 5 G's.
Oh, yeah? See if this refreshes your memory.
What? That's crazy. Look at that. You wrote everything down so you wouldn't forget. Wow, this is a perfect example of why you're in management and I'm not. You go, boy.
Look, I have to start paying Don Lino protection. So everything you owe me, you owe him.
How you figure that?
Simple. The food chain. You see, on top there's Don Lino. There's me. And there's regular fish.
Oh, that's me.
No. There's plankton. There's single cellamitas.
So then there's me.
I'm getting there. There's coral. There's rocks. There's whale poo. And then there's you.
That's messed up.
So if Don Lino's squeezing me, he's squeezing you.
What? Oh, damn. I'm sorry.
Easy, boss. Find a happy place. Happy place.
There is no happy place with him around.
Okay, please, just give me some time. That's all I'm asking. I'm begging you, Sykes, please.
All right. 'Cause I like you, I'm gonna give you 24 hours to pay up.
All of it? How am I supposed to do that?
That's your problem. Bring my 5,000 clams to the racetrack tomorrow, or else.
Or else what?
The boys will explain.
So that introduces the food chain just in kind of a fun way, but obviously in a joking way because he wouldn't be below whale poo. But that's kind of the basis of the food chain, that the sharks are on the top because nobody eats them. And then you just keep going down to what they eat, and it just keeps going down and down. So today we'll keep working on the ocean food chain, and I have this picture that shows it. So at the bottom are the decomposers, and they break down dead animals and plants and return vital nutrients to the soil. Much of the decomposition process is carried out by microscopic bacteria. And then there are microplankton. These are composed of organisms that are very small in size and are a mixture of phytoplankton and zooplankton. And then there are crustacean zooplankton. Zooplankton include microscopic animals, copepods, jellyfish, and larval crustaceans. These are small species of animals found in fresh and marine waters. And then there is gelatinous zooplankton. And these are fragile animals that live in the water column in the ocean. And they have very delicate bodies that are easily damaged or destroyed. They are often transparent. An example of this would be jellyfish. And then there are planktivores, which are an aquatic organism that feeds on planktonic food, including zooplankton and phytoplankton. And then there are the intermediate predators. This level of the food chain includes larger animals such as octopuses and many fish. Though these animals are very successful hunters, they often fall prey to the top predators. And then there are the top predators. They are at the top of the ocean food chain. They tend to be large, fast, and very good at hunting prey. Some examples of these are killer whales, sharks, and barracuda. These predators rule the ocean, and the killer whale is the top ocean predator since it has no natural predator that feeds on it. So that is the food chain, that these organisms are on the bottom because they don't feed on anything else. And then as you go up each organism gets bigger in size. And then you keep going up to the ones that eat that organism, and you go up until you get the top, which are the top predators, and they have nothing that feeds on it. So at the bottom are the decomposers, and they're at the bottom because nothing feeds on it. And then you have the microplankton, which feed on the decomposers. And then you have the crustacean zooplankton, which feed on the microplankton, which feed on the decomposers. And then you have the gelatinous zooplankton, which feed on the crustacean zooplankton, which feed on the microplankton, which feed on the decomposers. And then you have the planktivores, which feed on the gelatinous zooplankton, which feed on the crustacean zooplankton, which feed on the microplankton, which feed on the decomposers. And then you have the intermediate predators. Notice that they are on top of planktivores, but they don't eat the planktivores, but they do eat the crustacean zooplankton, microplankton, and decomposers. And then the planktivores eat the gelatinous zooplankton, crustacean zooplankton, microplankton, and decomposers. And then here are the top predators, and they feed on the intermediate predators and the crustacean zooplankton, microplankton, and decomposers. So let's review. What is on the bottom of the food chain?
The decomposers.
Right, because they don't feed on anything. What is at the top of the food chain?
The top predators.
And what's an example of the top predators?
Killer whale.
Yes, and they're at the top because they have nothing that feeds on it. And you have everything else in between that they feed on. And for the remainder of class, we will be completing our own drawings of the food chain, where we do something similar to this, where you have the bottom organisms, and then you keep rising until you get to the top. And you'll draw these and color them, and that will be the end of class. Thank you.